You are listening to Mining Stock Education, where you'll learn from the top leaders in the natural resource sector and uncover quality mining investment opportunities.
As a team, we're very excited. We believe Window Glass Hill can be a lot bigger. Our total resource is 840,000 ounces, of which Window Glass Hill makes up 250,000 ounces, so just less than 1/3. But we think Window Glass Hill Granite can host a much bigger system, and that's what we're testing this year as we wrap up the year. And we'll come back next year and have a dedicated drill rig drilling Window Glass Hill by itself.
Welcome back to Mining Stock Education. I'm Bill Powers, and in today's show, we will be hearing an update from Executive Chairman of Matador Mining, Ian Murray. The company just released great results from the Window Glass Hill Granite target in Newfoundland. So Ian, welcome back onto the show. And could you please review these excellent results with us and put it in context of your overall drill program and what you are trying to accomplish?
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, always a pleasure to have a chat to you and to share with you and your listeners what we're achieving. So as everybody knows, we're busy with a big drill program this year. One of those areas that we've focused on is the Window Glass Hill area. For context, there's 250,000 ounces at around 2 grams per ton in that area. What we've now identified through the combination of the Aeromag survey plus following up with the quick and cheap auger drilling is that the Window Glass Hill mineral resource is part of a much bigger system called the Window Glass Hill Granite. It's a granite intrusion that's come into the landform, and obviously granite is brittle, it's all cracked up, and the fluids carrying the gold came in later, and the fluids have deposited the golds into those cracks. So we've drilled away from the known resource, and we've hit unbelievable grades and widths. So about 6 weeks ago, we announced the previous drilling on this. So the margin of the granite where it joins the sediments, we hit 19 meters at 4.2 grams per ton. We announced about 4 or 5 drill holes. All of them had grade and widths. The highest one had 19 meters at 4.2, then another 6 meters at 1 gram, then another 4 meters at 1.9. So 19 at 4.2 is close to 80 gram meters. These results that we announced yesterday, a further 6 holes testing that granite margin, we hit in the highest hole 32 meters at 2.6 grams per ton, which works out to be 80 gram meters again. So good grades, good widths, certainly looks economic. This is 50 meters away. So we did the first fence, 4 holes in a line. We've now stepped away 50 meters and drilled again. And we've hit again in all the holes, good grades, good widths. And we've got another 12 holes to the northeast over a strike length of 500 meters that we're going to be testing on this granite margin. So 500 meters as a footprint for a new discovery area is good. However, it's better than that because this Window Glass Hill Granite has a strike length of 3 kilometres and across it's about 500 meters. The current Window Glass Hill resource occupies less than 1/3 of that area. So that shows you how underexplored this Window Glass Hill granite structure is. Last year, we to the southwest of the resource on the granite structure, we hit grade and width, and we thought it was a new discovery area. We've now realized that this is all part of one big system, which we've now called the Window Glass Hill Granite. So a further 12 drill holes to come from the margin itself, plus then there's another 12 drill holes from another target area within the granite and about another 6 holes from the infill drilling within the Window Glass Hill historical resource. So as a team, we're very excited. We believe Window Glass Hill can be a lot bigger. Our total resource is 840,000 ounces, of which Window Glass Hill makes up 250,000 ounces, so just less than 1/3. But we think Window Glass Hill Granite can host a much bigger system, and that's what we're testing this year as we wrap up the year. And we'll come back next year and have a dedicated drill rig drilling Window Glass Hill by itself.
So I'm looking at figure 3 from your recent press release, and in hole CRD212, the 32 meters at 2.6 grams per ton, that was virtually from surface, we should point out too, right?
Yeah, that was from 11 meters from surface. The other one that I mentioned, 19 at 4.2, that was 7 meters from surface. So these gold systems start at surface, they're undercover. And I think, as I mentioned before, one of the challenges for previous explorers is the transported material. They could never explore underneath the transported material. And we're showing this year that by looking through the transported material with the benefit of the aeromag surveys, we can see the structures. We then test with the auger rig to ensure that there's gold in the system. And then we follow up with the diamond drilling, and that's where we get these sort of grades and widths. So it's very consistent and it's predictable, and it looks like a very big system.
And over the next 3 months, as you pointed out, you're going to have no slowness as it relates to drill results, auger results, right? And then perhaps another winter drill program upcoming also?
Yeah. So we've still got about 45 to 50 drill holes still to come back from Assays. That's another 6,000 meters of drilling. We will, our summer program, because it's very late in the season, but the winter hasn't kicked in yet in Newfoundland or where we are, near Port aux Basques. So we'll keep drilling for the next week or two and then close down for the season. But you're right, we're now planning our first winter program, which we've never done before. And that is subject to the weather getting cold enough and freezing so that the road access on the ice roads is safe. And then we're planning to start in February, probably for 6 weeks, again, depending on the weather conditions. And we'll drill somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 meters in that program. And then we'll have a break. And then given that we've got our team that we've built up this year in country, we'll probably have a month's break and then have the summer season start again in late April, early May, and carry on all the way through to late November, December. So it's good having the team in country. We get more drilling out through the year from the team and obviously from the drill rigs as well. So yeah, the company is building up nicely and the drill results are stacking up very, very, very well.
Let's talk about your exploration team, because the Canadian Institute of Mining just awarded you the 2021 Newfoundland Explorer of the Year. Why do you think they gave that award to you? And maybe talk a little bit about the players on the team that are leading this exploration team.
Yeah, Bill, it's a great honor to win awards like this, especially when there's 75 TSX listed companies doing something on the island. We're the only Australian listed company. So for us to win the award, awarded by our peers, is great recognition of the team. And you mentioned it, the team that we've built up there. So Warren Potmer is our exploration manager, very, very smart structural geologist, oversees the targeting, he brought in the aeromag strategy, he brought in the auger drilling strategy, and it's using the science first. So let's understand where we've got the highest probability of having exploration success, economic exploration success, and then roll out with the drilling to test the highest priority targets. The person working with Warren is Crispin Pike, who's a St. John's local. He's born and bred in Newfoundland, and he's built up a team around him. So Crispin and his team on the ground are doing the hard work. Warren, who's unfortunately still stuck in Perth and can't, with the border controls in Western Australia, hasn't been able to get there in the second half of this year. And he's been overseeing the exploration strategy and helping define the target areas. And we've had good exploration success on the back of the targeting that we've done and rolling out the systematic strategy. I think the other person I'll give credit to is Kerry Sparks. So Kerry Sparks used to be the chief geologist at Franco-Nevada. He retired, I think, last year, retired back to St. John's, so another Newfoundland local. We reached out to him. Kerry's a technical advisor to our board. He catches up with Crispin in St. John's, and they talk over the exploration strategy and techniques and what's looking good, what's working, what isn't working. And obviously they chat with Warren via Zoom and telephone as well. So it's a great team that we've got of very, very clever geologists doing what they do best.
You've been in London recently. Anything you can share about your meetings in London? What were people asking you in terms of Matador Mining?
Yeah, well, the meetings in London followed on from when we were at Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek back in September. And there's a lot of interest on what's going on the island. So I mentioned the 75 TSX companies there. Some are doing lots of work, some are doing very little work. And investors are trying to work out who's doing the work, who's doing real work, and who's just playing the neurology play. So it's very pleasing to present to people exactly how busy we are. So with 2 diamond rigs, well, let's start. The Aeromag program flown, 16,000 line kilometers flown. Then the auger drilling. So we're the first people to fly this high resolution Aeromag on the island. We're the first people ever to use auger drilling to test through the transported material. And then we've got the 2 diamond rigs, and we're busy with a 45,000 meter drill program. This summer season, we'll complete around 20,000 meters. As I mentioned, in winter, 3,000 to 4,000 meters, and then back straight into it for the next season. So just sharing with the investors how active we are. The drill results still to come through, the winter program. So it's pleasing to see how many people are interested in what's going on the island of Newfoundland.
Ian, as we conclude, in the past, you've made the argument that Matador Mining is undervalued relative to peers on the island. But even beyond the island, how is the market valuing you? I think you're Australian 70 million right now. You have a resource, you have a scoping study, but as you've explained here, you're really looking to expand this resource.
At the moment, share price has come down. Gold price has come down. The whole sector's come off, but we've really been hit. Market cap around 70 million Australian. And we've already got a resource of 837,000 ounces. So that's roughly $75 per resource ounce. Plus, we've got all the exploration upside. And as I've shared, we believe Window Glass Hill Granite hosts a much bigger system than currently is within the Window Glass Hill Mineral Resource. We've already done the scoping study over the 837,000 ounces, which shows us that there's, at a starting point, a 7-year mine life. In the first 4 years, producing around 88,000 ounces of gold at sub $800 an ounce, a very low-cost operation. Capital payback of just over 1 year, roughly 1.5 years for a 7-year mine life, based on the current resources. And we all know that with the exploration we're doing, those resources are going to grow. The mine life will grow. The annualized production will grow. So incredibly undervalued. And we just need to get the message out there to more investors to make them aware of what a compelling story it is, with a good exploration team and a good exploration strategy.
Well, thank you for coming on my show today to make investors aware of the opportunity. It trades in the US under MZZMF and also in Australia as MZZ. Ian, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Bill, and please keep well.